Okay, welcome back folks. We're about to get race 2 of the International underway. Just saw a puff of smoke come out of Johnny Siegel's committee boat out there, the rib that we're looking at, and the boats are beginning to get their minds onto where they want to be on this start line. And it was a pretty even start last time. This running tide is assisting the starter by keeping them back from the line, so I don't think we'll see anything different to that this time. Just watching Grant Rollison's Western Australian entry, Mounts Bay Sailing Club. They had an absolute Barry crocker in that last race. They were right at the back of the field and obviously went for a swim. And I think they're probably the only boat that swam in that race, but they'd want to be making a better showing in this one for sure. So anyway, they're all starting to make their way up to that area of the start. You can see quite a few boats over there on that committee boat end. I think that's probably what we're going to get again, and no port tackers at this early stage. Anyway, back to you shortly. We'll come back with a minute to go. Okay, so I would say we're inside a minute. You can see them all looking more seriously at that boat end, and that's a popular bit of real estate. And I think what's going to happen here, they've worked out at the end of that last race that the big gains uphill were out in the middle. Even though there's a lot of current running out in the middle, there's a very much right-hand favoured breeze out there, and there's probably more pressure with it. So I think that's what they're up to. The boat on the, I think it's Smeg is going to start right on the boat. This is probably about 3 or 4 seconds ago now. There it goes, gun's gone. And I would think that's a clear start. Haven't seen any other smoke coming out of that gun. So Smeg has probably nailed that start, being right on the committee boat. And as I was saying, I think they're going to want to get back out in the middle. The first boat back out there, we'll get into that heavier pressure. But right now, they're all coming straight at us, straight into the St Francis Yacht Club shore. Yamaha, not such a good start. He's taking all the sterns there. CT Batten's going out, the other Kiwi boat. And Smeg continuing in here. And I think that's Howie Hamlin right in his water. Yeah, he's just got his bow up in front of Smeg, so Smeg's going to have to bail out of there. So that's the start, folks. We'll come back to you shortly when we settle down and see some crosses. But right now, Heat 2 well and truly underway. So this is probably 2 minutes after the start, and tacking right in front of us is Trevor Barnabas and the boys on the Thurlow. Much better start from Trevor. He's right up for this in this Heat 2, and that's Merskline, Graham Gately, sorry, straight in front of us here, and Grant Rollison's Mounts Bay Sailing Club. Good start, Rollo. He's come right into the shore, and Howie Hamlin just a little bit back, but in front of Slam at this point. I don't think Slam could cross Howie. And meanwhile, the guys that we were talking about straight off the start line went right out wide. CT Batten, Smeg, Yamaha all coming back. So they don't look like they've done that well out there this time. These guys that are coming to this shore look a lot better right now. But it's early days, and we'll come back when we get up towards that top mark a bit closer. So here we go. Here's our leader, folks, approaching the Golden Gate mark for the first time. It's Trevor Barnabas, Aaron Links, and who's in the bow of that boat? Trent. Trent, of course. It's his son, Trent Barnabas, the mountain man. Anyway, great lead there. Certainly made amends for his, well, I think he was 7th in the last race, so complete turnaround for these guys. And Cocko was hoping that they'd jibe straight off, but no, they're just going to set that shit and run down the Chrissy Field shore. Around second, Johnny Winning, winner of Heat 1. Great job. Those two boats have got a nice little break now. As you can see, the other boats coming into that turn mark. I don't know who's third. Might be Merskline. But there's 3 boats pretty much together there. And Smeg has had a shocker. Smeg went right out straight after the start, and he was probably almost in Alaska the last time we looked at him, but it's really cost him up that beat. He went furthest right of anybody, and the red sails of Smeg got a lot of catching up to do in this heat. So there's our leader, looking fantastic. White shooter Thurlow, he's just taken off, and Johnny Winning, and that's Slam that was, Grant Rollison's boat with a Slam shoot on it. That's his decal from last year. Mounts Bay Sailing Club, Rollo in third. Great job after that shocker they had last heat. So everything's rolling around here. The only consistent player at this point is John Winning's Yandu. Come back to you when they approach this gate mark for the first time. So this pack of boats you're looking at with the black shooters with a Slam signature on it is the race for third place. So they're still separated. Smeg's the most weatherboat of all of those, but another great race coming up. And if you come round to the right, Simon, you'll just pick up Trevor on the wheel of the Thurlow this afternoon, replacing the injured Michael Coxon. So great job, those guys. And this breeze seems to have just kicked in a little bit more. They've just, ever since they've rounded that top mark, they've just been fully extended on those racks and really sending them. So through goes Thurlow. Great looking lead that. And he'd like to think he can extend, and I wouldn't mind betting he does as well. Johnny Winning will have a bit to say about that. He's jibed back to the gate and probably about 300 metres adrift at this stage. And then you can come back to the chasing pack for third, the black shoot of Mounts Bay Sailing Club, Rollo, and then, what's going on there? Bit of an untidy jibe. Just let CT Battens just roll straight over the top. So CT Battens is in fourth place. Then Howie Hamlin's CST, and that other boat is Harkin. That's the Glenn Raphael, the mystery man from last race that we thought was Howie. And Smeg on a hot one out there, approaching this gate mark, and the rest of the fleet is all over the place. We've had a couple of capsizes, so this is our race, folks. As they head down to Alcatraz for the first time, we'll come back to you when we get some roundings down there. So coming up to the gate for the first time on a wind, we have our leader, Thurlow Fisher Lawyers. Boys have got their race faces on for this one. They're probably disappointed that last heat, the 7th, and don't forget we've got 2 discards in this regatta. Once we get to 10 races, there's 2 discards. So I'm thinking Trevor has already got one of those. So certainly not the case for Woody. He's rock solid. Won the first heat, sitting in second at the moment. He's about to go through. So this race isn't over yet. Still got to keep these boats afloat. You cannot afford to capsize out here. Capsize is extremely costly, as Grant Rollison knows, and that's Grant just coming in up towards his turn mark. He's coming straight at us at the moment. Grant had a capsize in the last and finished way down the fleet. So Grant Rollison just taking over now, probably get through in third. Pretty ordinary tack, Grant. And there's a good race on here for third place. There's Howie Hamlin and his old boat, the Harkin. Those 2 dark sails is I think the Harkin boat. Sorry, no, that's Howie Hamlin's gone through in third. Grant Rollison in fourth, and Harkin in fifth, and CT Battens, Alex Valens fifth, and that's the red sails of Smeg coming through, caught up quite a bit to get in that top 6, and it's daylight then back to the rest of the fleet. They've all struggled in this second race. I don't know if they're getting tired or probably freezing cold out there. It's that bay water, she ain't warm. But yeah, this is our race, folks. These top 6 boats are going to take us through to the end. And I can tell you this much, you guys that have entered our Pick the Speed competition in this first race, there's quite a few of you, and one that didn't think that they'd see 20 knots today, and Christine Spate has picked a speed of 9.2 knots, which is well and truly been gazumped by that. I don't know what Christine was looking at, what weather forecast, but anyway, keep at it, Christine. But the boats are going to be up in that 20 knot range, I would think, but we'll find out at the end of this race. We'll be down in the park and we'll get the guys to turn on their Velocitec speed pucks, and they don't lie. So be interesting to see who is the fastest out there today. Probably could be. I'm thinking Thurlow Fisher put in a blinding run down there that last time down, but we don't know until we see those buttons pressed. So right now it's 6 boats in this leading pack, and Thurlow Fisher is our leader. Back to you at the top mark for the second time. This is a 2-lap race, by the way. So here's our leader, Thurlow Fisher Lawyers, Trevor Barnabas, Aaron Links, and young Barnabas in the bow. And these guys have really got their race faces on. As I was saying earlier, they've just got off out of the blocks, did a nice little beat up there the first time, sort of middled the course, and got their nose in front and just gone on with this very nicely. Thank you very much. So Thurlow shoot up and heading down the Chrissy Field shore, and we've got a change of second place. Johnny Winning was second up here before, and I think that's Howie Hamlin. Just bearing away, we'll see a blue and white chute going up if that's the case, and Woody around in third place. Mr. Consistency so far, solid racing out here by those guys, and if that's Howie, he's very solid as well. No, it's Slam. It's the Slam chute. So that's Grant Rollerson. Now, he's done extremely well. It's a bit hard to see them from way back here at the club up towards the bridge. So Roller, Mounts Bay Sailing Club, WA, Western Australia, in second. But he's got his hands full with Woody, who's breathing down his neck. And I think that's CT Batten's Alex Valens in fourth place. Round next in fourth. And it looks like Howie about to round the mark now, and Smeg will be sixth. So that's it for the dash to the gate. We'll come back to you as I go through it.